That's nice. Well, now being up here in Maine and because it's Maine, they're a little more lax about allowing people to kind of do what they want on their property.
Space.
They give you space, right?
It's all about space.
Yeah.
There's not
And
much
I like
space.
that in a way, actually, don't you?
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, that's the big reason.
You don't get along with your neighbor, you just move another 100 feet back on your property. Parking in there.
Okay, parking here, but it's a restaurant.
Restaurant, right.
Okay. Only open.
Limited menu, Friday and Saturday, 5:30.
How come you don't open more often?
What, didn't work?
Really?
The restaurant, I constantly ran into trouble with food in my last business.
I see.
You know, every time I'd start doing food, then you have some crazy chef, and then it goes on and on. So the wife is doing the cooking now. She's a great cook, so I don't mind the leftovers that I live on during the week.
Got it.
I had that carriage, I brought it into the building.
Yeah.
And made it into a booth.
Into a booth here?
No,
Or
not down
there?
Southampton.
Got it.
So it's I still have the carriage. It's stored away in a barn right now. And the people in the carriage were different people that hung out at the bar.
Got it.
So I'm supposed to be on the carriage, you know, so I drew that. And,
Oh, is that you there?
yeah.
Like driving it?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess some people are a little amazed when they first come here and then they walk inside.
Why is that? Because
Well,
of
it
that?
is pretty normal looking, right? You know,
Yeah.
no, it's just, so it's a little different inside. This is binoculars. This is all the eagles and the seals out there and stuff like that. So.
That was
nice.
once a famous salmon river.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they said that you could walk on the backs of the salmon, you know,
Unreal.
across the river there. So I have this here that people can kind of look through if they want to.
Great. So is this the original part of the house here? Or what did it end?
The L was built first.
Okay.
And that was in 1787. And the logging was so successful that they, 3 years later, they built the front section. The L is all original. There's even wallpaper up there from 1787. That was one of the prior owners had it sent down to Smithsonian. They checked that out. So we've kind of left everything that way. I'm working on the old keeping room now. We've restored most of the other sections of the house.
So this is what happens when you enter. This is the first thing you see.
Right. And this is solitaire. I was playing waiting for you.
That's all right. Oh my goodness, look at this, huh? Is this like the lounge area before you get seated?
Yeah, no,
Is that-
well, if it's crowded, people sit here, or a lot of people just sit here. You know, it's in the winter we do kind of a potluck thing here, and which is more like the nightclub was.
Oh, you're open in the winter too.
Well, I mean, if I feel like opening, I call up about 4 people and they relay the message.
Oh, that's
So then
good.
we're open, but it's much more social than a restaurant. Restaurants, everyone stays at their table primarily. So
Got it.
this is
I really like it.
these are photographs that people gave me at the other place over the years. So it's kind of historical the way it goes, but it's all the different people that were at the place. And, yeah,
This is from
not
the
here.
old days, back
down
in
there.
Southampton.
The old days.
Got it, got it.
These are the Village Idiots over here.
Were they a band in the 80s or
No,
something?
they were Village Idiots.
They were truly village idiots.
Oh yeah. Every village has some idiots.
Yeah, sure.
Well, they were Southamptons.
What is it like now? Is it very similar still?
No, it's gone. It's gone.
That whole feel is gone.
well, I used
Just
to-
the name is the same.
No, they changed.
Oh, they
I
changed
wouldn't
the
let
name?
them keep the name. No.
Oh, I see.
No, because
What's
they-
it called now? Do you know?
I think Southampton Supper Club or something like that. Different world.
Yeah, right.
I used to keep the prices very reasonable, so the crowd would be very eclectic. So we'd have after a while, the socialites kind of came back, and then I had migrant workers that would show up, and it was very mixed. But it was
Why would you do that?
why not?
Well, you could have made
Big-
more money just
Because I
appealing
went
to-
into the business because of the people. You know, in other words, I figured my theory is breaking even. If I can break even, then I paid off the building. It was an old railroad hotel that I renovated, and I paid off the mortgage in I think it was about 3 years because back then it didn't cost much, and then I renovated through the years, and it was basically, if the bills were paid, I started building things. That's when I did the window. I did other things, you know, and different sculptures and stuff. It's funny, you know, with all those people, it wasn't until I moved up here I started thinking about it. And I don't remember having one serious fight in that place, or brawl, you know, in all those years. And it's
How many
maybe,
years are we
36 years.
Unbelievable.
So it was, yeah, it was a good time. I figured I'd do it up here, you know, so kind of dedicated it to the friends of the Hansom house.
That's awesome, awesome. About this. So that's what at night, even though
well, the
sun's going down, but at night that lights up.
Well, I have artificial light out
That's
there.
right. I'm assuming that's you right there.
Yeah.
That's really cool,
By
man.
the time I finished the window, the hair was gone.
The hair was gone by then.
Yeah.
So, why do the window? What is your? Do you make stained glass anyway?
No. That was a different artist would paint their interpretation of the place, and that one up there was the living room, and there were the curtains at the end of the room.
You mean that's what it used to look like?
Yeah, more, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The curtains all got smoky over the years and stuff, and I said, I gotta do something more interesting than that, and I got the idea of if I did a marble and it was a bright light with dark glass around it, it'll look like it's floating, and the size of the marbles or the round spheres determine the distance to some degree. So that's where the idea was. The problem was, after spending 13 years making the thing, I discovered the only way I could get the illusion was to make the room pitch black. It ruined the room. Sure. So what are you gonna do? So I put it on a computer, and out there I had about 40,000 watts of light, electricity. The problem I have is I put the lighting in, and when I hooked up my old computers, when I first put the computers in years ago, lighting people didn't know computers, and computing people didn't know lighting. So all I do is have the lights on now. So.
So most of the things in here, John, did these all come from your place down there?
A good percentage of them, and then
Yeah.
some of them were family things, and then my family, my wife's family, when they passed away, we inherited things. So.
Now is it finished? I mean,
Ceiling, yeah. There's a couple areas I might fill in. It's 11 grids on a winch, so I could lower it, work on it at ground level,
Oh
and
my God!
put it back
You're
up.
Kidding?
And the only one I can lower now would be the center with the chandelier.
What's that up there?
That's a booth that you.
You mean like a DJ booth?
No, it was a spectator booth. I used to
Oh.
have people playing music here. Well,
I see.
last weekend there was two fellows.
Oh, okay. So you do have music right here.
Yeah, as long as they're willing to play for practically nothing, there's
Okay.
no problem. This is a casting of the original.
That's an old girlfriend of yours?
Yes, and I was offered more for that than I earned that year.
You did this? You
Yeah,
made
but I figured, well, this is a bronze, but the original is out of walnut.
You made it yourself,
Yeah,
though?
yeah.
And she's
And-
an old girlfriend?
Well, yeah. Won't go on.
Oh my God.
But,
It's really nice.
Yeah.
So when people come to eat, these are the tables that they can
there's
sit
here,
and enjoy.
there's 3 tables up there, one over here, and then the big table is a group table. So, which is kind of interesting because that way strangers get to meet each other. It's a lot like the bar, and you're far enough away from someone. If you don't want to talk, you don't have to, but you can still carry on a conversation.
How's it working out?
It works out pretty good. It depends, but people, it's usually the last resort.
Yeah.
You know, after everything else is gone, then the people sit up.
No, I
Some
meant,
people
like,
prefer.
are you busy?
Well, this time of year we're starting to pick up.
Yeah, right.
The only advertising I do is pretty much announcing that we're open.
Okay.
So and then that's it.
That's
you
it.
know, so,
And what kind of food do you cook? What do people expect?
well, let's see.
How's that work?
The crab cakes are Maryland crab cakes. So it's all no filler, pretty
Yep.
much.
Yep.
Crab roll, crab dip, and there's chili, pulled pork, fish chowder, salads, cheese platters.
You do have eclectic taste in music. Where do you do your music? Do you put it together? Can you show me?
As long as you know what you're getting into.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be
That's it.
Yeah, right. I transfer it onto tape.
Gosh. So what about an iPod and stuff? Do you even have one?
I don't even have a cell phone.
You don't even have a cell phone.
Nah.
Oh my gosh.
What am I going to do with it? People call me up and I got to talk and I got to think of things to say. Music box there.
When he built this place.
General Lincoln, when he came here, he came up the river. He saw the availability of the logs, of the timber, and this is at the head of the river. So the river meets here, and they used to bring the three-masted schooners right up in front of the house here. You know, they put the bridge in since, you know, obviously. So, but they would come in there, and I guess he could check out everything from up here. He had sawmills, chandlery.
Chandlery?
Thank you.
Yep.
House over here, and you know they farmed.
Yeah.
Actually, the whole farm is still intact. The 95 acres was the farm up back there. It's all overgrown now. He never lived up here. His son, he came up and visited, but he got appointed. What would it be to the customs house? He was of Boston.
Wasn't he the guy that took the sword?
Yeah, he
from
received from
Benedict
Cornwallis.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Cornwallis.
he received the surrender.
That's right.
Yeah, he was. I guess. Oh, there's an eagle. See,
Oh yeah.
they hang out there. There's another one. See him over to the left?
Oh yeah, coming in.
Yeah, there's a lot of geese on the other side. The neighbor there feeds the geese. So they eat the fish, and then the little goslings are always, I guess, a tasty morsel.
So not many people have actually lived in this house. It didn't have that many owners.
3 generations up to 1950.
That's amazing.
And the last of the Lincolns, he married the diva from Gilbert and Sullivan. And she's the one that said, I want indoor plumbing and central heating. So that was the update. There's some Victorian sections in the house that she had done. Otherwise, it's all pretty much original. When they started bed and breakfast here, they put in some bathrooms and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's still got the Victorian bathroom, but they added these little. There were, what was it, 8 bedrooms? Originally, there were 13 fireplaces in the place. The woodshed there had 50 cords of wood they would store. So I can imagine some poor little guy running back and forth all day long, bringing firewood. You know, there's always some poor little guy doing something.
There's always some poor little guy
Yeah.
doing something. That's right.
Yeah. So.
Wow. Well, it's quite a life you have. That you.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to see when the amphitheater is done and we see a concert there. I can't wait.
Now
Now I'm putting the pressure on
I
you
have
because I
to do
really
something
want to
now,
see
yeah.
it. Oh, it'll be fantastic.
Well,
Thank you.
as long as it's a good band.
As long as it's a good, and I'm sure it will be with your musical taste. So,
Well,
John, thanks
Right.
for showing us around, and
my pleasure.
I'll see you soon.
Okay.
I want to come for dinner too.
Okay.
All right.
You can be my guest if you insist.
Thank you, John.
Okay.